So one of the key things that both our parents kept reminding us when we moved into this doer-upper was to only do the carpets last, otherwise they'd get wrecked. And then by the time I'd done my fencing, my driveway and the back patio, we'd noticed we'd traipsed a lot of mud in, and we'd tried not to. So I'm going to leave some tips at the end of what I've learned. But then I discovered that my actual carpet cleaner was broken. Then I tried to do it on the cheap by using Dr. Beckman's $2.99 stuff from B&M. This is great stuff, but not on a large area. So today I'm going to review the Platinum Powermax Carpet Cleaner by Vax. It's not out yet, but if anybody is interested, you've seen it in a catalogue or something, then this review is probably for you, so you know whether to spend your money or not. So keep on watching if you want to see how I clean the carpets.
So it was time to say goodbye to a really old friend, and that was my Bissell Proheat carpet cleaner. It wasn't cheap by any means, and I absolutely loved it. But sadly it got to the point where only the hand tools would work. But conveniently I'll be comparing the pros and cons of this compared to the new one. But for now I had to take this to the skip and said my farewells. But in its place is my new Vax Platinum Powermax. Now I did receive this for review purposes, but I only agreed to sharing it on my blog. But a few of the makers convinced me that this needed to be a YouTube video, and I really do agree, because whenever I'm looking for a new product, I pretty much always look on YouTube. But rest assured, this is going to be a really honest review, and I'll tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it. But just to give you a quick lowdown of what comes with it, you get a pre-treatment solution, a 250ml bottle of platinum solution, another one, an instruction booklet, an upholstery wash tool, a mounting tool, and my absolute favourite one is this spin scrub tool, which was great for any stubborn areas. Oh, and a hard floor squeegee, which I'm not really going to use, but I'll explain why in a bit. And a 4.6 metre stretch hose for the hand tools, and a pre-treatment wand. And while you're not using the external bits, they all stay in this Vax accessory bag. Now, the first thing I thought was that I missed my old one because everything was already attached to it. So I had to remind myself with a new model that things are less likely going to fail on me. But I've just got to make sure I hook the bag on the unit while I'm not using it. And one of the other things that I noticed straight away was that this water tank was much easier to fill and insert than my old one. But one definite downside that I found was there's no millimetre measurement at all on the bottle or anything on the container. But I know roughly what 40 mils looks like, so I just eyeballed it in the lid. But because my carpets were pretty filthy, I decided to go ahead with the pre-treatment and poured that into the solution reservoir, and then filled the other one, which is in the same unit, with lukewarm water up till the maximum line, and then plugged the pre-treatment one straight into the front socket. And bear in mind, while you've got something plugged into the socket function, it then disables the rest of the functions, but that really didn't matter because we weren't using it. And now it's time just to give all the bad areas a light spraying. To be honest, the first thing I thought when I saw this was, why can't I just use a spray bottle? But then I soon realised this sprayed a lot more liberally. I also pre-treated the lemsip spot, my kitchen rug, and my really old footstool. So I left that to soak in for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then unplugged the wand, and then filled that top tank again with the platinum solution this time, and made sure it was on wash setting, and a deep clean. And it's funny how I really can't stand hoovering. I just think it's so exciting turning grotty carpets into brand new ones again. And using the trigger on the handle, which releases much more solution, I generally find that just going back and forth very slowly is the best method. And this is where I just couldn't stop myself. I went round the whole house.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you.
I did find it quite a noisy machine, but I honestly can't remember how loud the other one was. It's definitely much lighter than my other one as well. While the carpet cleaner is washing, it's also extracting the moisture, and it does claim to dry within an hour, but mine didn't, and it's probably because I really drenched the carpets to make sure they were really clean. But one area I really did struggle with was the blackcurrant lemsip. And in the booklet it does say to blot any spillages as and when they happen. And originally I bought my old one to clean up a friend's wine spillage on my carpet. That never got rid of it either. So I applied so much shampoo to it, I then got the upholstery wash tool out to try and shift it. I doused it with plain water. Then I tried again with a spin brush tool, but this attachment is awesome. And then even some old Bissell solution. But the best I did was fade it out. So I had to move on to other areas and got more use out of this spin brush in awkward places. And you can see it's attached to the hose as well, which I'd plugged into the front. And then to work on the rug. Now I've tried several times spot cleaning this rug, and each time I'd left watermarks and it just looked worse than what it was. And I'm sure this is a seagrass rug and I really didn't think this would work. But I was really happy with the outcome of this one. And already I'm only a quarter of the way through and you can see what dirt it's brought up. Very satisfying to see. Now onto my old dressing table stool, and again I'm using the spin brush tool and just kept working at this one because all the stains on this are probably 15 years old at least. So I wasn't holding my breath, but it did remove most of it. So now I'm cleaning the conservatory carpet. It hasn't really got any stains on it, but it's very dusty looking because I do a lot of woodwork in here, but this made a huge difference. And then it was time to remove all that dirty water. So it went straight down the toilet, but it almost looked like a bunch of soil at the bottom. So the last thing I wanted to test was the hard floor squeegee. And I always use a Vileader spray mop. And because I've got laminate, I was worried that this would go everywhere and completely wreck it. But going over any dried spillages, I had to go over several times to remove anything. And I found it more effective wiping them with a wet finger. So unless I've done it wrong, I'll only be sticking to my Vileader mop for this. And then finally, the proof is in the before and afters.
So it's complete bliss now just to be able to walk around barefoot knowing that my carpets are clean again, and if I mucky them, I can clean them again. I just think it's well worth doing it because I know my parents, when they dirty the carpet, they'd just replace them all. They wouldn't go through this, but they would use 1001 spray instead. But this is a much cheaper way of doing it, I think. So if you've got any tips on carpet cleaning or preventing your carpets from getting mucky while you're doing jobs, then feel free to comment below. Mine are to get some coconut matting installed by your door. I know it looks like a shop, but you get used to it and it's just peace of mind. And use any offcuts of your carpets when they've been put down. If you're going to be doing any jobs outside, at least you can come in and wipe your boots on those before you ruin your proper ones. And keep some carrier bags outside for when you're doing any digging jobs and stuff like that, because a bit like a show home, you can pop them over your boots and just waltz in and not have to worry about taking your steel toe cap boots off, because unlacing those is just irritating. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next week because I've got some more patio to lay down, and hopefully I won't need to use a carpet cleaner so soon. Thanks for watching, bye!